Hey guys, I think you all know the player named Peterbot. It is clear to everyone that at the moment in Fortnite, he is the best player in the world. He took the first place at the FNCS Global Championship 2024. And in this video, I will show all his settings, all his setup with which he won this tournament. I will be very pleased for your support with likes and subscriptions. And also, do not forget to enter my code. Thank you all for your support. Well, let's start with his devices. The monitor of Peterbot is the Vodacode Zoe XL2566K. This monitor is used by all professional players. The mouse is from Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. Now let's check his mouse settings. DPI is 800. In the game, the sensitivity to shooting and aiming is 50%, and the sensitivity to editing is 100%. And also on the mouse, he has 4000 Hz. Let's move on to the keyboard. He has the Vodacode SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL. We will move on to the keyboard a little later. Next, he uses headphones from HyperX Cloud 2. And do not forget about the mousepad. He has a GameSense radar from Bungiefish. I also think it is interesting for everyone to know what kind of computer he has. Well, his processor is i9-1390K from Intel. And also he has a video card from Nvidia GeForce RTX 4090. Also for streams, he uses the Vodacode HyperX Quadcast S microphone, so that he has a high-quality sound. Now let's move on to his graphics settings in Fortnite. Let's start with the resolution. The display mode is full screen, and the resolution is 1920 by 1080, that is, full HD. He turns off vertical synchronization, and also sets himself a limit of 240 frames per second, so that the frames per second does not jump so much and micro freezes do not appear in the game, because of which it is inconvenient to play. His rendering mode is on performance, and also the scale of the interface is 65%. His brightness is 150%, and the rest of the color settings are by default. But guys, the most important thing, do not forget to set the rendering mode to performance, because this way various unnecessary grass effects will disappear on the map, for example. Because of which, of course, in the game you will have more FPS, and it will be easier to distinguish opponents. The drawing distance is on average, and also the quality of the texture is on average, and the 3D setting is also 100%. And at the very bottom, he turns on the function to show him FPS in the game. Now let's move on to the construction settings. He, of course, will come to turn off himself. After all, it is not at all convenient to play with him. And also, here are the other settings for him in the game. You can pause and put the same in the game. According to the interface settings, he has everything like this. That is, as I said earlier, he has an interface of 60%. It is on this screenshot that he has 62%. Well, you can also see all the other settings here. In terms of sound, he has these settings. He turns on the visualization of sound effects for himself. After all, this feature helps a lot in games and gives a great advantage over opponents. I advise you to use it all the same. Well, in terms of sound settings, everything is also very good. With them, you will not be distracted from the gameplay. Now, let's move on to his bindings. That is, he has a squat and also a slide on the C key. The default jump is on the space. Sprint is on this key. Auto run is on the L key. Next, reload on the Q key. Use on the E key or on the up scroll wheel. He has a pickaxe on the mouse 4. The first slot of the weapon is on 1. The second slot of the weapon is on 2 or on the mouse 5. The third slot of the weapon is on 3. The fourth is on 4. Well, the fifth slot of the weapon is on the 5 key. Now let's move on to the most interesting, namely to his building bindings. Well, the wall is on the T key. The floor is on the Y key. Next, the stairs are on the F key. The roof is on the 5th key. The trap is on the R key. The rotation of the buildings is on the J key. And he edits on the G key. Very interesting. Now let's move on to his Windows settings. Click on the combination of Windows plus R and enter here in this command. Click OK, and we open these settings, where we put to ensure the best speed. But in addition to this, here you need to leave these 5 checkboxes, so that in Windows everything also worked clearly and everything was beautiful. Now, again, click on Windows plus R and right here TEMP. Now you can safely select and delete all this cache. Also, in Windows, go to the game parameters. And firstly, we can turn on the game mode. Thanks to this, your Windows system will optimize your computer for the game. Also, go to the game bar. Turn off everything here, go to the records. And here we also turn off everything completely, so that all this unnecessary topic does not load our computer. Now open the Nvidia control panel. Go to the 3D parameters. First, in the global parameters, we press the restore button, so that we have default settings here and not the best ones here. Next, open the program settings, add Fortnite, and also restore the settings. Now go here and put the user settings here with emphasis on, and scroll to performance, and save. So the graphics in Fortnite will be a little worse, but this will improve performance, and the game will have more FPS. Also, now open the Epic Games. Go to the settings, and scroll from the very bottom to Fortnite. And here we enter the additional parameters for this game. That is, Peterbot uses such commands. Firstly, this is LAN play. Next, this is no splash. And then this is the last command. It is with such commands that Peterbot plays. Also, do not forget about one important thing, namely about updating drivers on your video card. Many people for some reason forget about it. Because of this, they have freezes in the games. Agree, with FPS drops and micro freezes, it is not very convenient to play in the games. Therefore, do not forget to update the drivers on the video card. Everything is done very simply. We go to the official application from the company Nvidia. Or if you have an AMD video card, then there. And just by pressing one button, we can easily update the drivers on the video card. Also, if you want to play like a Peterbot, you need to not forget about training on maps with a creative mode, on which you can train different aspects of the game, such as aiming, editing, and also construction. By practicing on such maps, you can easily improve your skill in understanding the game, which will help you win matches on easy. If you want to see a separate video about cards and how to train on them, then let me know in the comments. So, if you find video useful, don't forget to subscribe and press the like button.